All right, SEMA 2019. Yeah, this is my 4th year. I'm so excited. I love this thing so much, this event. So it's Monday night, 7 p.m. here in Vegas. I'm gonna be getting up bright and early to head out in the morning to go do my thing and walk many, many miles. This year I've got an Apple Watch, so I'll figure out how many miles I walk. But headed over to pick up my badge with hang out with the boys from the Rag Company. Maybe should record a podcast or something. I don't know what they're up to. They're usually up to something. But I'm gonna head over there. They're about 10 minutes from here, so I'm gonna jump in an Uber and head over that way. But man, I'm so excited. This is my favorite time of the year, my favorite week of the year. Even though I just bought a darn CrossFit gym and Michelle's gonna have to move it all without me, I don't have a choice. This is like the most important year of my life. So much happens. Different connections, different vendors. I always find amazing things. So I'm excited to go walk around like a crazy person for miles and miles and miles over the next couple of days. I'm gonna bring a camera along with me, capture some footage, try to video, edit each day, and give you my take. So here we go.
Point that is getting so deep down this protection on the protection on the protection that I feel like, where do you draw the line, or what's your path that best aligns with your needs? Let's get, you have a rock chip in your PPF versus you have a rock chip in your paint, right? The chip is still there. You're still going to see that chip. So do you have better peace of mind knowing that that chip is in the PPF and you're just like, at least it's not in the paint, or are you still going to look at that like...
All right, it's Tuesday morning. I'm at the Sahara, which is like a mile from the convention center. I'm gonna go down and grab some breakfast, but it's SEMA day. I'm pumped. So I got up at like 5:30, which would be 7:30 my time, which is my normal time to get up. So it's 6:30 now. I've been just following up on emails and just catching up, and I feel better when I'm clean and start today. There's only 2 or 3 things I need to follow up with, which I'll probably not do for several days. But the first day, what I like to do is just try to walk it. So walk as much as I can, and I got my new SEMA shoes that I bought, and which are Asics. I forget the version of these, but some really fancy, expensive Asics. So hopefully they hold up. Got my badge last night from the boys at the Ride Company. So having a blue exhibitor badge means that I can go in early, and so what I'm doing now, I'm gonna go to the exhibitors welcome breakfast, which is I think Jay Leno is the keynote, and then the thing doesn't actually open till 9, but I'll start my walking early and start digging into stuff before the booth's even open, and see how far I can get today. I won't get it all done today, but I like to try to walk at least North Hall, Central Hall, and some of the others. So I'm going to bring you along for the ride, and show you the interesting things that pop up. All right, it's early. It's like 7:45. It doesn't open till 9, but I like to get here early and start walking. That way I can beat the crowds, look at the things that are most important to me. So I'm over in the garage section first, all the tools, kind of walk through, see what I can see. I generally don't need to talk to the people anyway, so this is the time that I kind of run in early every morning, and you can get in here at about 7, and that's why you have the blue badge, so that I can come and go. Otherwise you'd have to wait till 9 when it opens. So, ooh, Kaiser, I'm getting a Kaiser. I'm gonna be, as I do the new compressed air system on the other side of HQ, I think I'm gonna leave the Jenny where it is, and so I'm thinking about doing a micro air with a regulator on the end of it rather than an Alto 3. This thing's about, $1,200 bucks, something like that. Or this brings it down to like 0.00001 parts per million or something like that. It's just pretty sick. Check this thing out too. This will pressurize your garden hose output, and so I'm going to get one of these things to test it out. So if you only have a garden hose and you want, this will bring your pressure up to about 300 psi. Pretty sweet. Interesting.
Perhaps I wasn't clear.
What?
That wash gun will handle up to 300.
Okay, got it.
It is not a pressure increaser.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, but it's the same as like you would if you put your finger on the end of a hose. It's going to
Exactly.
direct the stream. Yeah.
Exactly right. You know, at my house, I'm on a well. I have 30 psi.
Yeah.
I get lots of water out of it.
Got it. Makes it more useful.
Exactly.
Cool. All right, I've been here about 20 minutes and I'm already finding amazing things. Like, gosh, it gets so fired up. So apparently there's an air compressor over here somewhere that is attached to the hose reel, so I'm going to check that out. But Prevost got me all fired up just in the first 10 minutes of this whole event. So we'll see what we find next. So this is a compressor and hose reel all in one. Plug it into a 15 amp outlet and you're good to go.
Yes.
That's a
No,
cool.
it has no tank. So once you are at about 116, 8
Yeah.
bar, then it will go into a bypass valve.
Got it.
But you have like a
For filling tires, blowing off
10,
things.
10
and
foot, 10 foot hose in here, you know?
that's pretty nifty.
Not 10 foot, sorry. 10
How much
meters.
are these things? What-
375 delivered.
Retail? A lot of guys would like that just for
If-
filling tires in their garage.
Then we come with different accessory kits,
Cool.
painting kit, a cleaning kit for bikes.
Yeah. Is it a little piston compressor in there?
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that.
For every guy because you
What
know,
is it, about 6,000 US, something like that?
less, but
Yeah.
you will buy for less than 4.
We
Yeah.
got on the upright tanks, the guys that are used to, you know, with all the new garages and everyone wants, you know, nice, clean. You don't want
Yeah.
all recip anymore. You want something nice,
This-
quiet, you know.
So what about issues with, because most guys in their garage they don't run it. So screw compressors.
So we have a heater on the sump. So as long as the thing is on, the heater is on, it evaporates all the moisture, so that's okay.
So even if you run it once a week, you don't have to worry about it.
Sump's heated, so you get.
And they do have a vertical version of this too?
We have an 80-gallon vertical.
That's awesome.
And it gives you your, you know, you got
Dryer or no dryer on this?
no dryer. We can do an add-on like a standalone dryer.
Okay.
And it gives you, you know, on the recip, you need to cycle it on and off. With this thing, you want to run it full bore, you can, you know. It's
What is it-
100% duty cycle.
What does this deliver? How much air?
About 12 CFM.
Yeah, it's right at the. My types. We run pneumatic polishers for polishing cars that require about 11 and change.
Yeah, but
So-
keep in mind they require 11 at what, 70 PSI
We'd be at 90.
at 90, and this one does the 12 at what, 110?
Right
Okay.
about 110, 120.
So yeah, you're probably
It's
the
right on
equivalent
line,
would be
yeah.
13 or so. Yeah.
Now we
That's
have the
very interesting.
Yeah. It's clean, it's compact.
Because one of the
100%.
big drawbacks to doing screw in a DIY garage is the rusting.
moisture,
Yeah.
yeah.
You end up rusting the head and ruining it.
Yeah, no. This one is heated and
We
all
even
good to
made the
go.
piston compressor silenced. That's piston. And here we can do the package with the dryer because we have the larger tank.
You have the room, yeah. And all of these are vertical possible too. You
Those
do.
we only go
Not
horizontal.
that enclosed. Yeah, it's too top heavy if you go vertical.
What do you do? Scroll compressors as well, or just screw and
We
piston?
do rotary screw. We do scroll oilless. Yes.
Scroll is generally just for like medical and applications like that. Otherwise, you're kind of wasting your money on.
It's quite a bit of cost. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, it's not
Yeah,
for
so
everybody because of the
vertical.
price. But there are guys who want the best of everything in their garage.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's me. You're looking at them. I'm the leader of those guys. The guys who want the best of everything in their garage, and
Excellent.
so that's a magical solution for doing rotary screw without all the drawbacks of condensation that rust the screw, and you have to buy a $2,000 new, repair.
Yeah, new air and none.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And-
It's direct drive also, so no belts, none of that.
What is it? Does it need 220 volt?
220 single phase, just a regular 20 amp circuit.
Oh, wow.
Nothing
Oh,
fancy.
man. And it comes in a vertical tank too. Oh wow, that looks a lot like a darn pressure washer.
Yeah,
Almost.
man. So you have that's your air ends. Motor, it's all direct couple, no belts, so real easy on the maintenance and all that. Spit-on filters, so super easy. And there's your heater.
So the heater is what
So the heater is what's keeping the oil hot in here at all times, and therefore no humidity.
Gotcha. So does it run for a period of time afterwards to
As long as the compressor is on, so it hasn't been on all night, but as long as it's on, the heater holds the oil at a certain temperature.
Got it. Okay. I see. So that solves all of our problems of condensation. Fascinating. And it'll deliver, you know, somewhere around 12 CFM at
Super, even
at 90
without
PSI.
the cover, it's super smooth. You know, it's
That's fantastic. Change the oil every once in a while, and that's about all you got to do.
yeah,
Air
we
filter.
use a synthetic oil, so you're like at 5,000-6,000 hours. You know?
Oh shoot.
Yeah, probably never get there.
And so I'm holding the mic right up next to it. It's 59 dB or less.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And it's got, also a regular 20 amp, 220 volts. You don't have to rewire the house to run this.
Yeah, that's smart. And then we were also talking about they make soundproofing for a piston compressor.
Piston compressor, yes.
In the $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 range.
Yep. So you have it with a dryer, without a dryer. You can go straight on the tank either way.
So a big screw like that over there doesn't have this that screw is going to be designed to run in a commercial application all the time.
That's commercial, yes. So this one, it's the variable speed. What's going to do is, it's a 20 horse, but it will run as low as a 7.5. So
Gotcha.
depending on the.
So in a garage, I mean, we need like a 2 horse, so it's just oversized or something like that.
Yeah, unless you're doing painting, sandblasting, things like that. So
That's awesome. Awesome. So we'll learn more about these in the future. So for whatever reason, I love Channellock stuff. So I'm going to think and talk to someone about, possibly becoming a dealer for some of the Channellock line. Having adjustable wrenches, because some of this stuff Sonic doesn't have. And figuring out how to implement these into a tool solution. Like I have, 10 of these things in my garage now. I'm at the Scangrip booth. It's hard to focus here, but they came out with a new diffuser which helps you see leveling on the level of ceramic coatings. That's pretty cool. Oh, it's just magnet driven?
Yeah, so
you
just
pop it
clip
on?
on. It's super easy.
Oh, that's fantastic. You
Just pull it off, yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I think that's something we definitely need.
People really have problems with coatings, so
Yeah.
it's definitely something that people have been asking us about and so on.
Yeah, I
Can you
need-
do this coating light and so on.
I need to get these. That's cool. So these will fit on.
The multi-match 3
Okay.
and the bigger one, the 8.
So the 3 and the 8.
Yeah.
We don't have it yet for the mini match. Will it? Got it. Cool. These are not detailing lights.
They're
These
not.
would be a work light, but they're pretty nifty in that it has a light on top, like normal, or like the line lights have, and has the the main light that's dimmable as well. But these have a different lens, which makes them a little less costly than some of the the higher end Sunmatch stuff. So if you're looking for just a really great work light, there's 2 different sizes. There's small and medium, I guess, or medium and large, and then they have the magnet on the side and can adjust. These are pretty sweet. So I'll be bringing these, putting these in my cabinet and playing with them, and we might bring them to the store. And they're blue, which is always good. But this is the Mini Mag and Mag Pro. That's what these are. Sweet, thanks for showing me. So I've been in search of how are we going to contain water in some interior wash bays, and so I just met the guys from Jeff's that can help me design and create some enclosures to control water, keep it where it belongs. Pretty cool. Checking out the Rupes booth. I'll get with Dylan tomorrow to deal with talk about the new Uno line and some of the new pads for Rotary. I just talked to Jason about it. No new machines for detailing this year, so no Mark II Nano but there is some new polishes that I'd like to test out. So like I said, I'm gonna run through the detailing area and I'll go back and capture some more data. Well, Surfaces has gotten a much bigger booth. This is an interesting line, but I'll come back and go through all this stuff probably tomorrow, so get more of an overview, walk through today, and then dig into detail tomorrow and on video on some of the stuff. I really got to get my hands on some of the Flex 18 volt stuff. This 18 volt machine feels really, really stout. It's super legit. And the fit and finish is really nice. Really, really nice. And now they have a 3-inch option as well, which is pretty sweet. Does a 3-inch rotary. Is there a 3-inch DA dual action, or just the rotary right now?
Rotary and a random orbital.
Random orbital, yeah, got it. So like
You got both options. You can change.
is it like a 12 millimeter type?
Yeah, 3 and 12.
Now the batteries, there's a 12 volt battery and 18. Is there an 18 volt?
No, it's only 12.
Got it. Okay. So you would need the 2 battery pipes.
Correct.
For the,
This
if you
one
had the
is
2
just
machines.
an additional tool, basically. The small one, very
Got it.
versatile. But then you got the bigger ones also with longer battery times.
Yeah.
And eventually more power.
So in the big one, is there only one model, or is there a rotary?
Basically, there's a rotary, there's a forced action, and then there is a
Dual action.
free
Got
spinning.
it. Free spinning is 15 millimeter.
15.
15. Got it. That's this. What is this?
This was the free spinning.
So that's the rotary.
No, that's the free spinning.
Got it.
The rotary. This is the force.
Ah, okay. That's why it felt more powerful. Force rotation, dual action.
Yeah, that's the force one. The rotary.
And that's the rotary. Got it.
So we got all the 3 options. We got corded and cordless.
Got it.
18 volt, all 3 different types. You got the 12 volt combo, like the rotary and the random. And then
so
you got all
so
of
that
the
that
AC
is that is switchable from rotary to random.
Correct. And then you
Okay.
got the 3 different ones, both corded and cordless.
Got it. All right, I gotta buy some of these. Is it blasphemy to sell the 2 big manufacturers at the same time? No.
There's only 2, so in
Right.
the end,
I
we're
could sell both
competing.
and be all right.
I think so.
Okay.
Of course, to sell more of those, I'd be happy. But in the end, it is what it is, right? And
Yeah.
both of them are good. We're trying to get some, like this one you won't find with the other guy, right? It's
Yeah.
different and it's priced more competitively and it's much more handy and versatile. Plus
it.
the quick tool change. You need a wrench over there, and you in like 10 seconds or less, you can change.
You can swap
the
it
adapters very
from
quickly.
direct rotary to dual action.
So it's just one click basically. Tool free. It's very easy to change.
Interesting. Separate chargers for each battery type.
We have a charger that charges both the 12 and the 18 volt. So it's one charger that fits all.
Nanoskin has a ton of stuff that I know some people really like, so I should probably add them to my list of future major product tests this year, and spend a little time working on this stuff. So we got the Cox reels sent here to the G-Technic booth, so I have to test them out and see how it goes. But I don't know if they have anything new for this. I don't really care, but so in love. Oh, that's what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get from Rob Y Halo over CSL on PPF. So we'll get that from him at some point here in the distant future. So I'm making my way over. As you saw, a couple of the detailing companies. I'm making my way over to a detailing area on this side of town, this side of the North Hall. So I usually, day one, I barely get through North Hall, but I think I'm gonna get through it today because I started early. And then we'll go over to Central, start digging into that. I want to see what Microfiber Madness has come up with. But P&S booth here, wow, they got a big booth. Check it out. Ooh, this looks pretty. I like this. This could be going in the other side of HQ, but these are chemical mixers. That's awesome. Pickard has a new flex fit tab. I'll have to try on our buckets and see if that makes sense. Are they more or less pricing wise? You know, same price. Got it. Geon booth always looks super legit. Every year it gets more legit. Wonder what they have PPF wash now. Kinds of stuff. It's pretty fancy looking. So people are always so fired up about IGL. I've got to get a hold of the products and do some work with them. And part of this year in garage design is the main focus, but I'm also going to want to dig into full product lines that I don't have a lot of experience with. Do a lot of not product review, but product testing, playing. I call it playing, honestly. Playing the way that I like to play with stuff. G9 and G8. This is brilliant. Brilliant on their part to go out and develop something, obviously probably Chinese made, but to put in the work. That's all I ask for. You know, don't copy, put in the work. And so they put in some work on a machine that's sub $200 that is going to meet a large portion of the demographic, and that's what they've always done. So I'm excited for that. I mean, this doesn't apply to me so much, but for those of us that are, this would apply to me at 19, 20, when I started detailing, or if I was just detailing and not, just getting into it, not sure if I'm really interested in it or not. But the Griots booth is a little bigger than normal. It's good. There's Richard Griot right there. But the bottling is so good. Best in class. No one does bottling like they do. They must have spent a lot of money over the years in developing this. That's cool. So I've had this. I never had that, and obviously I haven't had the new one. But yeah, Porter cable. I never had one of these. I went right to Griots Gen 1. The Gen 1 in 2006. Angel Wax guys, I still got to get through all the product here. So kind of getting toward the end of North Hall, but I got a lot of work to do with product trial, we'll call it. And all the Angel Wax stuff that I have in the cabinet still. Gosh, they always do the booth right here. There's the Leno booth. All the Leno stuff. The boys, you guys all know Jeremy there. I don't know, not Jeremy, Chris. Jeremy's running around somewhere, I'm sure.
I think he got the first or second off the lane.
Yeah, they got nowhere to hide this year, though. I'm actually pacing myself this year. So I didn't go over to West. I went and had lunch with a buddy, Jeff, from Throttle Grotto. And then I'm going over to Central. So I'm going to start walking the aisles of Central, see what I can come up with here. That's probably all I'll get through today. I got to go to the G-Technic booth at 3 p.m. So Central Hall is where all the car parts are. It's where Ford and Chevy and Dodge is usually in the hall and South Hall, but it's where a lot of the manufacturers are. And McGuire's is over here. Oh, sweet. This is the wrap we just put on my M5. And I also bought the boots for the Corvette. Interesting. So, anyway, this haul is huge. So this takes, it'll probably take me the rest of the day to get through here. But I won't see as many products as things that I'm interested in. Mainly suspension stuff. Sean at Moton AST will be over here, and I'll grab the camera, pull it out when I find some stuff that's interesting. Swiss Tracks has put different regular floor. So they have a new 360 floor designer. So I gotta get acclimated to that. I think you can just get it right on the website. These are vinyl tracks
turf tracks. Obviously rib tracks. And then they got diamond tracks and everything else. So at some point I'd like to have it in the design center. I'd like to have my own design facility where I have all these different tiles available to display. So here's the other half of Central. So I just did that half, walked it. I like to walk every single aisle, like I've said. So here's the Ford booth. Looks like Mother's has moved. We've got a walk up and down, all the stuff. All the performance stuff is down at the very end here, but I'll be interested in. Dine-in, APR, Holly, all in one place. Interesting. Interesting to see them all come together. What do you think? M2, an N55 M2. Is that what she built? I don't know, even Shuri had a take cover. That's pretty sick. Last year when I was here, Holly bought, or merged, or whatever they did. Holly and Dine-in APR are now all one big company. And Mother's must sell a lot of stuff. I don't know anybody on the planet that uses it, but they always spend hundreds of thousands on their booth every year. Maybe it's something I should buy it all and try it. So I was spending some time with, it's called X-Coat. Yeah. And we're talking about, I was asking them, because remember, I've shown my M3, and the M3 has a failed clear spot. And so I've been looking at the idea of taking one of these clear coat solutions where you're basically wiping on polyurethane, and we just talked about how, like, let's say this was failed clear, the wipe on isn't going to solve my problem because it'll still look dull underneath. It's going to take on the characteristic of the substrate. But it's interesting product you'd want to check out if you have an older, like your wife's car or something that's jacked up and you wanted to improve. So here's the like a 10-year-old paint, and then they're taking the product and just adding a little clarity and shine to it without, this is designed for perfection. But really interesting if you had a beat up old truck and you wanted to improve what it looked like by actually adding a layer of 0.3 microns of product that becomes a cured clear coat. You could sand it off, but it's very different than a coating, much thicker. So this is a twist loop, and then they take a blade and cut. And so this softer area is still a twist loop, but it's a different manufacturing process. And so we end up with a very, very soft twist loop type towel, because the original twist tubes we were talking about were just not, they weren't all that nice. They're real heavy.
It was a little bit too rough.
Yeah.
So we had the twisted loop fabrication, I think 4 years ago, and I never did one because I said it's not my quality level. So
yeah,
this is a solution for my problem as well.
Yeah, really interesting towel. So, and then I've got to get these moving in the store, the bucket organizers. I got to at least get some for my buckets, so I'll have Corey send me some so I can at least decide if this is what I want. He's been after me for 2 years on this thing, and I've just been lazy on it. So the idea would be to have, a holder on the side to store all your brushes and stuff. Then it can drain right out the bottom. Yeah, I'll get moving. Now that we have the bucket configurator, because one of the reasons why I didn't want to add is the buckets were already $350, and then to add another $60 to it, people would lynch me. So instead, now I have a configurator so you could choose to add it if you wanted to. I think it's something we probably need. I'm not a washboard guy. I don't like the washboard thing, so I won't add that. I don't want to add something that I don't like, but you get the idea where you can store all your tools and things on here. Just up close to the G9. I wonder how you take the backing plate off. I'm gonna ask someone to give me a little demo on this thing and what it's all about. It's certainly interesting for like less than $150, $160, whatever it is. Certainly cool. Yeah, it's the best darn bottles in the business, man. They're so good. but still, you know, I would want it to not be PET, even though PET looks nicer. So here's a product that couldn't be in PET, so they had to put an HBDE. So that's crazy. They had to go make a new bottle just for this product because it was eating through the PET plastic. But see, that's the key, is if you do develop a bottle line, that it all has to be consistent. So you have a squeezable bottle that matches a dispensing bottle, which matches a refill gallon bottle. So that's one of the key things that I think is important, that I'd love to see. And they went and had this made as well, or at least found somebody to make it where it's centered, because these things are always off center. Very nice. And then the labels are nice as well. It's cool. It's an interesting bottle. But that sort of branding and matching is what always got me, you know, with the Griots line. And it looks like they've actually changed or redeveloped these as well. Way cool. All right, day one of SEMA, it's 5:30. Day one of SEMA is a wrap. So I've only walked 7.83 miles today. So I'm gonna have to put in some more mileage on the way to the hotel. It'll be another mile and a half, and then so I'll probably put in 10 miles today. But man, I didn't get a whole heck of a lot outside of North Hall, but I feel like I got a lot accomplished. Learned a lot about some new products for compressed air. I'm excited about that, and you know, got to see a bunch of people and spend some time with the guys at Ceramic Pro. Believe it or not, it was kind of fun. Talked to G-Technic quite a bit, but I'll get some more product-specific videos for you tomorrow. Well, for you and me. So I'll dig into some of the new Rupes polishes and dig into some other stuff. But yeah, this is kind of how today goes. It's kind of a whirlwind for me, and then I go grab more detail as like I want to go talk to Channellock and some other different tool companies and things like that. I need to get to South, I need to get outside, I need to get over to the new product area. So there's all kinds of stuff I'll be capturing tomorrow. But anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.